hand you one of those. And okay, we can work off these. We saw them yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two different types of pages. There's a grey pager and a white pager. Is the best way of splitting the two apart. The grey pager is the dual band pager working with the Eco Secure, which is this range, and the EkoTek, which is the rest of it moving forwards. The frequencies around those are the 2.4 and the 868.
OK, sorry，灰色的这个呢是跟这个 Eco Secure 系统连用的，它是使用在室外，它的那个信号覆盖范围比较大。白色那个是跟 EkoTek 系统连用，就在室内使用。Yeah.
Okay. So the white pagers, they're a single band pager. They only work on the 2.4. They will not work with these technologies. Now, very, very simple display on them. You've got, on the top row, you've got a time and date. On the row beneath, you've got what the pager is called. And the row beneath that, you will have a line of text that comes across here, which will provide the location as shown on the bottom of the pager. Now, this location is based on the names of what you call your repeaters. So at the moment, the repeaters in this room are called what they are. So an EkoTek wall unit would be this unit in the middle. Okay?
One second. 他说这个应该叫做什么 Messenger 吧？它上面就有通常显示3行的信息，第一行就是日期啊、时间啊，还有电池的状态。第二行是这个 Messenger 的自己的名字，最后一行是显示，比如说某一个人在某个地方报警了，最后一行就会显示报警的所在的位置。
Okay. So when demonstrating these units, it's always good, obviously, to have them fully charged. So when you get to your demo, they're all operational. Turn them on is quite simple. So if I quickly turn this one off, so to turn them on is a long press on this end button, and what that will do is wake up the pages themselves.
长摁左边的按钮就可以启动。
And then they'll go through their normal boot process to get up to the top. Usually doesn't take too long. Eco Secure pages take slightly longer because they're working on two different bands. They need to establish two separate frequencies. To turn the pages off, it's a long press down on the down arrow. That will bring up a menu structure. Okay. And then a singular press down again to have the little arrow next to power off. This one's timed out. And then a simple just press across towards the power off button twice, and it will power off the pages. Okay. So I'll turn that back on. Okay. Yeah. And just to power it back on is just a press and hold of that end button, and it will appear back on the screen. Okay, so that's basic functionality of the pages. We won't go into too much detail around those. The next process would be the alarms. As you can see, between the two pages, you've got one with a big red button, which is obviously only one alarm state. When the white pages have two alarm states, they've got an emergency and assist. Okay, so if you were to press the red button on your white pager, that will raise an alarm off this device. The alarm will then get sent to the network and then back down to the pages. As you can see, on the pages that are receiving the devices, they produce a small line of text to say where the alarm is, what type of the alarm, and basically this will keep ticking over until the alarm's answered. Now, to answer one of the alarms is a simple press across and then a press down, and it will bring up three options. Those three options are accept, reject, and delete. So if I wanted to accept one of them, again, a very simple down press to get the menu, and then a side press to then send the acknowledgement on the pages themselves. And as you can see, that acknowledgement's been again sent through the network and back to the originating pager. Okay. Now to clear an alarm off, can I just swap pages? So once I've raised an alarm, to clear it down completely off the pager, is just, as it says on the bottom of the screen, it's a push of the far left directional button, and the alarm will clear. Okay, and that will then send a message again through the system back to the other pages. The other pages will get a message saying your alarm has been cleared. Okay. Going into a bit more detail on the down menu, if you go down, you've also got two other options, which are delete and reject. If I was to reject this message, it's basically saying that I'm not available at this time, I can't come to that call. It's not going to send a message to the pages because it's not interested. All it's interested in is people accepting it and raising its own alarms. So what I can do is, as soon as I go through to reject, I'll press across, it will then clear it off my screen. The other one is delete. If you don't want to accept or reject it and it's just something that shouldn't really be sent to you and you need to go back and reconfigure, just click delete and it will come off your screen completely. Okay, and return back to the main screen.
But if I reject this this call, did the control center get the record?
Yes. Yeah, so anything that's done on here is sent back to the hub. The only thing with the reject is that when it's sent back to the hub, it's not then sent back to the pages. Okay, it's just sent back to the hub.
And also, I think other messengers in the same group will see whether any alarm has been accepted or by someone. Right?
Yeah, so depending how you configure your systems, you can set up pager groups. So if I've got 10 groups of pages and it's between two different departments, I can split them straight down the middle and say these 5 pages are for this department, these 5 pages are for another department. What I can do is, if I raise an emergency within one group, I can keep it within that group. It doesn't have to go to the second group. If nobody answers that alarm, I can then set a small configuration. Again, it's just a tick box to say that if this alarm escalates past 30 seconds, then this alarm will then progress on to the next group as well and alarm them. Okay. So that's a basic overview of the pages themselves, the alarms raised, basic functionalities. Are there any questions?
使唔使翻譯一次俾黃經理？
太長啦，呢間就翻譯啦。
你兩卡號咪空咗？
Okay. So now we'll move on to the fobs. Okay. So if I hand these out. Okay, so the fob devices obviously don't have screens, so you're not going to get the times, the dates, the notifications. But what you are going to get is a simplistic option to raise an alarm. Okay, so if I wanted to raise an alarm again, as you would do with the pages, a simple press on the button will get the system to raise an alarm. That works on either of them. To clear the alarms, again, very, very simple. Just press and hold of the grey button and it will clear the alarms off. Now, these alarms, if I was to raise an alarm and then accept it from a pager, they will say beep 3 times to let you know that somebody's actually accepted it, or we can change the vibrate patterns to let somebody know if you want to keep it a bit discreet. These fobs are very good for maintenance guys, security guys who don't need to respond to go to location. They just need the ability to raise an alarm. Okay, so all of these devices, that's the pagers and the fobs, have man down functionality that we discussed yesterday, which is basically if the pager goes from vertical to horizontal, it will then raise an alarm and let somebody know that, say, somebody's fallen over or been injured. The other functionality is dead man, and basically what that will do is the system sends out a notification every, let's say, 30 seconds, minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, however you want to configure it. This prompts a response from this pager. So if you don't respond within the time period, that could be from anything from 5 seconds all the way up to 256 seconds. This device will then raise an alarm if you don't respond to say, look, something's gone wrong, he's not responding, I need to alert everybody else. So there's a lot of safety features built into these units, and they can all be turned off and turned on as you wish. Okay. So that's a basic overview of the repeaters, the hub, the pages, the fobs.
Matthew, can I see the actual demo how the man down trigger the alarm.
Yeah, of course. Yes. So what I will do is I'll have to go grab my laptop. We'll program this, and then we'll have a look at man down.
Yeah, we just want to see the actual the action or the response when you fell down,
Yep.
and then we can see the alarm sound.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Yeah, that's not a problem at all. So I will go get my laptop, and we will we'll demonstrate that for you.
Okay.
Can we turn off the hub? Or
Yes, you
咁呢
can.
個 press
They
this.
can be permanently turned on, if that makes sense. So there's a
turn on,
configure
but
to
cannot turn off. Turn it off.
yeah. So there's a setting that you can't turn them off, but
Hmm.
if you turn that setting off, obviously you'll be able to turn them off and do as you wish.
Yeah.
It depends on again your customer's requirements. Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Let me go grab my laptop
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we'll
Thank you.
we'll program.